Hey beautiful artists, can you believe it? It's December. So in this video, I'm going to be painting this poinsettia flower to give you a bit of a Christmassy vibe. If you want to make a card for your family or friends, or just do a painting and frame it and putting up on the wall during Christmas time, I believe this is the tutorial for you. Keep watching. Hey guys, we are in December, so I thought that for the first time on my channel, I'm going to attempt to paint some poinsettia flowers. I've never been drawn to painting these simply because, I don't know, they just feel very one tone, right? Like it's all that same tone of red or orange, and yeah, there's just something about them that just I don't feel very inspired to. But you know what, I want to challenge myself, and I'm gonna paint these for you in my style, and I hope you like the result. I hope I like the results. All right, so I'm gonna set my reference photo just right there, and oops, I actually need to remove this painting from my paper pad. If you are wanting to learn how to paint this one, I have a video of that too. All right, let me look for my little removal thing. So I'm using 100% cotton medium watercolor paper cold press, and I'm just going to use a small 10 by 7 sheet because I'm just going to keep this tutorial hopefully small and simple. And I am using my Meiliang watercolor set. So this one is a 52 color Meiliang set that they have so kindly sent me, and I've also actually done a review video on this. It's actually the one where I painted this, so if you're curious, you can go and check out that video as well. All right, so what I want to do is actually tape the borders because it's always an extra little step, but if you remember too, it actually creates a really nice, classy little effect to the whole painting. And I feel like I will be putting some background into this as well. So a border is always nice when you are thinking of painting a background, because otherwise you're kind of like just painting to the edge of the block, which can be a little bit messy and just doesn't seem very clean as well. This tape is also from Meiliang. It's a really simple masking tape, which is about 1 centimeter in width, and I think it comes in a set of a few different widths. So do check out. I have a 10% discount for all the products you can buy with Meiliang from Meiliang. Treat yourself to some new art supplies this Christmas, is what I say. All right, so let's start. I'm going to be using my size 12 round Christy Rice. Just a normal round brush, because I'm feeling like a round brush would make me sort of like make these shapes a little bit easier to create. All right, so I'm just looking at my Meiliang swatch here because, oops, there we go. I'm not terribly familiar with this palette, so it's nice to just grab a swatch. So I'm just grabbing this very orangey scarlet lake kind of red. And I think what I'm gonna do with this poinsettia is I'm gonna mix all the different kinds of reds and use different hues and tones of reds so that it doesn't appear like a very flat kind of flower, okay? So I'm just gonna grab a bit of yellow, and I'm just going to dot the centers of these poinsettia flower just very loosely. Okay, I'm just going to grab more of that lemon yellow here as well. And there's 2 poinsettias, and I'm just going to do the other one up here. I forgot that I need to probably spray down my paints. So I'm just doing that. Okay, I'm going to wash off the brush completely and going to grab onto that first orangey yellow. Okay, so there we go. Just creating some nice strokes of the first few petals. And now I'm gonna dip into this more of like a cool red. So this is very similar to, my mind's blanking out right now. Alizarin crimson, yeah, that's right, alizarin crimson kind of red. So I'm just alternating between the different reds, a more orangey red, and then also lightening my brush to create some petals to be lighter than the other. And the thing about poinsettia is like there's a lot of what's the word? Overlapping petals, which might be a little bit tricky to achieve when you're doing watercolor in one layer loose style like I'm doing. So that's why it's just an experiment to see how that will appear like. Because yeah, you can wait for every layer to dry to get, you know, the layers happening, but I just gonna see how this feels when I'm just going to, you know, just create all the layers together, leaving a bit of white space here and there. All right, so I think I'm okay with that one now. So I'm gonna move on quickly to the one up here. And same thing, just going around the middle of the flower with different hues and what am I saying? Different hues and different values, that's right, of orange and red. Okay, I even touched a little bit of like a purple color there, which I kind of like. All right. I'm now wondering if I should have used a square brush. So, doesn't matter, I've made my decision. But just want to give you my thought process. So the outer petals get fatter, you know, bigger, while the inner petals are smaller. So I'm trying to just kind of like achieve that as well. So I did a bit of splatter there, which actually I'm not upset about because it just creates the whole loose feeling of it. Okay, so how are we looking? Not too bad actually. All right, so I'm going to just grab a little bit of, what do we have here? I'm gonna try this black, okay? So, and I'm gonna drop that into some of the shadow bits to sort of like give it a bit of separation from petals here and there. Okay, a bit harsh, but like I said, you will never know until you try. And you guys here are my witness to my experiments. I don't practice beforehand. I don't practice like these tutorials beforehand. I just do it on the fly. So I just kind of really want to share my process. All right, so I'm grabbing some green, and this green's a mixture of this olive green as well as I'm grabbing this, what is it? Yellow green. And I'm just sort of like pulling a bit of green out from here and there. Whoa, this is really escaped. All right, this is pulled all the way out there. But that's cool. Now, you know, Christmas is all about green and reds, and I guess that's why the poinsettia flowers are like the Christmas flowers, really, because it is so red and it is so green. And we all know in color theory how green and red are a beautiful complementary color. That's why we all love looking at green and blue stuff. I mean, red and green. They complement each other and they work well together and they make each other pop a little bit more. Okay, so just feeling like that's kind of nice. Just gonna add more red, just a bit more red here and there. Let's see how that feels like. Just expanding on the petals a little bit more. Might be going to overworking territory, but just gonna put some lighter value reds into some of the white spaces. Okay. How does it look like up here? I think it looks kind of nice. All right, so for my background, I'm just wondering how my background's gonna be. So I've got red, I've got green, I've got yellow, and in my reference photo, the background is black. But I'm just feeling black might be a bit too stark for this. So, okay, what I'm gonna do now is grabbing some of my darker yellow and I'm just going in there to just make the centers pop a bit more with my pointy part of my brush. And then maybe just a few more like lime green situation here and there. All right. Okay, so at this point, I'm just gonna let it dry and then we're gonna come back, and if it's faded quite a bit, I will put some detail and we'll still think about a background, all right? But for now, I think this looks kind of nice. My little loose poinsettia, first layer. What I'm gonna do now actually is I'm gonna add one more sort of like poinsettia down here, because we know the rule of thirds. If you have two things, it feels always a bit strange. So I'm just going to add sort of one more poinsettia, and it might just be kind of like hiding. So you don't really see the whole thing. So it's coming out from underneath, from under there. Loose, and just a touch of that black again. All right. Okay, now it feels a little bit more balanced, doesn't it? And then just a touch of green here. Ooh. All right, so this set is still new to me and I'm getting used to it. Check out the link to this Meiliang watercolor set if you're interested. All right, so there we go. I'm gonna wait for it to dry and then we might come back and see what we want to do with it. Okay, now this is completely dry and we are going to put some layers. So I thought I was inspired to bring out my gold paints. So this is Kuretake Starry Colors, and it's got 6 lovely goldish silver paint, and I've had this for a very, very long time because I don't usually paint with gold very much. And you're welcome to use that. There's actually a metallic on this one as well. So I just might keep this around and see if this one is any good. Okay? All right. So what it was like during the time I was waiting for this to dry, I'm telling myself, what is going to make this more Christmassy? And, you know, apart from red, apart from green, obviously gold. So let's start. Let's actually get some gold details on, all right? I'm using a small brush for once. It's a size 2 Princeton Heritage round. And I'm just gonna spray down this palette here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, get up. Okay, so yeah, gonna grab, this is my favorite one. This one, number what? Number 905. It's more of a coppery gold. And we're going to first dot some of the centers of this lovely poinsettia. All right. And I'm going to actually try this gold now, the Meiliang one, and I'm going to just put some veining details with the gold. All right, so just some veins down, some petals. Okay, I don't know yet if I'm going to do all of them, but I'm just going to see how we go. Ooh, it's really nice, actually. It's actually really... Of course, you know, this brush is quite fat, like it's a size 2, but I find that the point has sort of gone, so feel free to use a brush that works better for you. All right, I'm going to go up to this one here. So as we paint some more veins on these flowers, I want to share with you that this month on my Patreon, we're going to do a little live, and it's actually going to be a Christmas party where all my Patreons, all the different tiers are invited, and it's happening next week on 10th of December. So if you're just watching this video, when it's come out, it's actually going to be on the 10th of December, and we're going to paint some Christmas florals together. We're going to hang out with each other, get to know each other a little bit more, talk about Christmas and what it means to us in our lives. Is it a tough time? Is it a wonderful time? What are your best childhood memories, so on and so forth. So I look forward to meeting you guys if you are on my Patreon next Tuesday, and I do it in 2 different time zones, 6 a.m. EST and then again at 6 p.m. EST, so that all of us in different time zones can connect. And yep, I really hope that this actually looks nice. Okay, so I'm gonna lift it up to the camera to see how it's glowing. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I just love it so much. Okay, so this is the little veining detail you can do to the gold. What I'm also going to do, actually, just for fun and just because I don't want to stop painting, is I'm gonna paint the background in gold. Okay, so, oh my lord. So the whole purpose of putting this lovely masking tape is because I told you I want to paint the background. And so I'm using my size 12 Christy round brush and the same Meiliang gold. And then you can use the silver one. You can paint this background any color you like, okay? But I'm just going to go for gold today because why not? Just because why not? Yeah, so yes, as I was saying, please, you're invited to join me in my uncomplicated artist movement on Patreon. At the both levels, you're invited to the live this month. So my first tier, the lower tier, is called the Advocates tier, and you're supporting me on my channel where I release 4 videos each month here on YouTube, and you're welcome to join our Facebook group, and that is $5 a month. I'm so grateful for all my Advocate tier Patreons here who support me, and you are invited to the live this month. And of course, there is also the $12 tier, where there is a live every single month and 1 extra bonus tutorial. I started my Patreon this year in March, so my 1-year anniversary of Patreon is coming up soon. It's been such a rewarding journey. I never ever thought I would start a membership or a Patreon of any kind, but I knew that what I loved the most about my YouTube channel and painting was sharing the values, the themes, the topics of painting, and I want to spread the whole concept and idea that painting should be uncomplicated, it should be joyful, it should be fun and no pressure, and a place where we can all find our lovely time to be ourselves, to express ourselves, And all right, I think this is done. This is done. Let's begin to do the most fun part, which is tearing out this tape. Oh my Lord. Okay, seriously? Seriously, guys, I don't know if you've done any poinsettia watercolor painting like this before. Loose, not one flat red color. I think I'm really happy with how it turned out. Just want to give you a flash of that reference photo again. Again, this is a Patreon perk. If you join my Patreon, you're able to see all the reference photos and paint from it. Otherwise, I'm so happy with this. And if I don't see you again, have a wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are in my Patreon, remember, we have our live Christmas party this coming Tuesday, 10th of December 2024. And of course, if you're watching this later part of the year, you can still join my Patreon. It's a really lovely little community where we paint together. We talk about all the topics about painting, about how to make our work, our artwork, uncomplicated and free and joyful. So with that, I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.